Mother Mary, brand new A24 film that just hit theaters. The film's written and directed by David Lowery, who's directed films like Pete's Dragon, A Ghost Story, and The Green Knight. The film stars Anne Hathaway as Mother Mary, one of the biggest pop stars in the world, but she is struggling. She's a full-on depression. Something happened to her on stage that was embarrassing, and she's trying to regroup before her next performance. So she goes back to her estranged friend, who also was her former costume designer, who she has not seen in years, Sam, played by Michaela Cole, who also has been suffering since the both of them stopped working with each other. But they begin to realize as the movie goes along that maybe their ailments are very similar. Also in the film is Hunter Schafer as Hilda, who is Sam's assistant in the movie, and FKA Twigs is also in the film as someone who is on the tour who sparks something to why maybe Mother Mary is struggling. The film is an hour and 52 minutes and is rated R. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Maxenberg here at Max Talks Movies, and this is my thoughts on the new A24 film, Mother Mary. So, this was a movie that I honestly did not see or remember seeing a single bit of footage for, other than I love David Lowery. I know The Green Knight is a very divisive movie, but I love The Green Knight, like really love The Green Knight. Ghost Story I think is really good. Pete's Dragon, Old Man the Gun. His recent entry, the Peter Pan movie, and Wendy was not very good. So I was excited to see him bounce back with an A24 film. And again, this is very similar to The Green Knight in the aspect of this movie is very different than most of the movies you'll probably get to see all year long. This is a very artistic movie. It is a movie that is trying to say a lot. A lot of the dialogue revolves around metaphors. That's even a bit of Sam, where Mother Mary just can't stand, like Anne Hathaway's character can't stand how much Sam relies on metaphors. This movie speaks a lot of metaphors, riddles at times. But I think this movie caught my eye throughout the entire film. It is a gorgeous movie, and David Lowery proves again why he's such a strong filmmaker. It's just an eye-catching film from beginning to end, especially when this element halfway through the movie gets introduced. The color grading, the actual concert sequences with Anne Hathaway at performing her songs was really well done. It's a film that, as I said, is more artistic than it is like deep, enriching with like unbelievable story. Um, I thought from a performance perspective, Michaela Cole was the best thing going for this movie. She is phenomenal in this film, as she clearly has this maybe revenge in her eye at times for Mary throughout the film, and you're kind of wondering to yourself, what was the clean break? Like, what really happened that led to her hating her so much? But she's a fascinating character. A lot of her dialogue feels like very long stretches and one takes. And Michaela Cole is just terrific in this film because Sam is both mysterious but also inviting. Because there's times where she lets you into her, but there's also times where she has so many riddles and metaphors the way she talks. You're kind of aback, which I think is a really fascinating character, and I think Michaela Cole really delivers here. I think Anne Hathaway is also solid in this film, especially towards, I would say, the third act of this film. I think she absolutely delivers. She's also, of course, very known singer. The singing scenes are good. She's very believable. As well. And again, her and Michaela Cole's chemistry is kind of what this film is riding on. And I do think they do a great job. FK Twigs, who I liked in The Crow, even though that movie is not good, she was good in it. Her sequence in this film was honestly my favorite scene in the entire movie. She's an actress that I just am fascinated with and want to see more of her in the coming years. I think there's real potential and talent with her as an on-screen actress. And Hunter Schafer's in the movie, not for a lot, but she's good when she's on screen. Again, I was fascinated with this movie. I was never bored watching it, but on a negative level, there was a couple aspects of the back half of the movie that I wasn't completely connecting with. I totally got what the movie was going for, but it wasn't totally for me. And at times, it's a weirdly paced movie where the first half it feels like a oneer where the characters are just dialoguing, and I got to be on or monologuing, excuse me. And that was honestly the best part of the movie, in my opinion, when the characters were just talking to each other. But then the movie becomes a completely different film in the second half, where yes, they're still giving stories to each other, but it's told much more through an artistic eye and visual instead of just dialogue. And I know this movie couldn't be all about the dialogue, but I think there could have been a better balance of the monologuing scenes between Sam and Mother Mary as compared to the visual aesthetic of the movie. There was a perfect balance to be found here. I just don't think on a script level, David Lowery found it. I do think this movie thinks it's a lot more complex than it actually is. I think there could have been elements of the script that could have simplified things, and because I don't think the plot is that unbelievably hard to follow. But the movie feels like it's trying to make things so more complicated than it needs to be. So it's a movie that I like. I respect more than I think it's like a great movie. I still think it's a good movie, but it's not one that I connected with nearly as much as like The Green Knight, for example, which Larry did a couple years ago. So overall, I still enjoyed Mother Mary. I think if you saw the trailers and you thought it looked good, I would definitely recommend checking it out. If this one, you watch the trailer like, that's not really for me, I'm not sure this one's going to win you over in theater. So overall, I'm giving Mother Mary a 3.5 out of 5. I am going to go 69% for Mother Mary. What are you guys' thoughts on this movie? Let me know down in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon.